Hello students, welcome back to JJ's physics class. Till now we have discussed about how we can interpret velocity time graph. Also we calculated the acceleration from the graph. The question is about calculate the average acceleration. The speed time graph shows someone running a race from 0 to 4 seconds. That is first 4 seconds. And you are supposed to calculate the average acceleration over the first 4 seconds. This you should always keep in mind. The gradient of the line always gives acceleration. Okay. But they ask us to calculate the average acceleration over the 4 seconds. From the initial point of this graph starts from origin and the final point of the graph which reaches 6 meter per second. So we are drawing a straight line connecting these two points. Then we can find out the gradient. So we are taking the average from 0 to 4 seconds. So the gradient of this graph gives average acceleration. The change in y value divided by change in x value or the slope of this line. Change in y value is 6 minus velocity is 0. Similarly, time is 4 minus 0. So 6 minus 0 divided by 4 minus 0. What do you get? 1.5 meter per second square. So average acceleration for first 4 seconds is 1.5 meter per second square. We calculate the average acceleration. What happens if they ask us to calculate instantaneous acceleration 2 seconds in? We calculated the average acceleration for the same graph, like connecting from 0 and 4 seconds, then we draw a straight line. But how do we calculate the instantaneous acceleration at 2 seconds? Finding the instantaneous gradient, it is a gradient of tangent at that point. So what we are going to do is, at 2 seconds, we are drawing a tangent or straight line to this curve and work out the gradient. In this particular case, we have the value here, final value, and we have the initial value here, that is velocity value or speed value. And here we have the time value, initial value, time, final value. Now, change in y-axis divided by change in x-axis gives the slope. What is the change in y-axis here? Or the gradient is nothing but what? Delta y divided by delta x. How do we calculate? This is 1 centimeter. So we are going to calculate the slope here. The final value is here. What is that value? So here this is 5, this is 6. So it will be like 5.2. This will be 5.4. This will be 5.6. And next this will be 5.8. The value corresponding to this point is 5.8. Okay. Minus initial value. This is 3. So this definitely will be 3.2. Next, change in x-axis value. So this is 3.5 and here the initial value is 1. So when you calculate that, you get it as 1.04 meter per second square. That is your instantaneous acceleration.